couple of weeks ago, Steve brought in the ornamental corn from the garden. Now, in order to be able to use this, there's a few things that you have to do. One is that it's probably going to have to be stored for a while in order for the moisture content to get just right. That may take anywhere between just a few months or a few weeks up to January before your corn is actually ready to go. It usually comes in with about 20% moisture. We need to get it down to around 13 to 14%. Now, once it's down there, you want to get it off the cob, and I've heard various ways. This is what I found out to be the easiest, is run something like a strawberry huller or a chicken flicker is what they're sometimes called, and run it in between. Make sure that you don't harm the actual kernels, because you don't want them scratched or broken, or the moisture content will get off and they won't break off as easily. Now, you store that in an airtight container. Refrigerate or not refrigerate is often a question. What you really want to make sure is that it's airtight and that it's cool. Whether you put it in the refrigerator or not, it's still whether it's airtight is what's going to make sure that it actually will pop for you later on. Now, when you're ready to pop, there's lots of different ways to do it, and I brought in a variety of different kinds of poppers. It may depend on whether you want to pop it with oil, or whether you're watching your weight, or whether you're interested in adding a lot of flavor as to which kind you get. This is an electric automatic popper. You'll notice inside it has a stirrer. That's really important if you're not going to use as much oil, and this will allow you to use less, because the stirrer will rotate the kernels as it's going, and that will keep the corn hot all the way around. They need to get up somewhere around 480 to 500 degrees for really good popping, and the higher the wattage on them, the better the popping is actually going to be. This is an air popper. Many people have these now because you don't need oil for them, so they're better for a nutritional standpoint. This is sort of an old-fashioned kind of popper that goes on the stove. You'll notice this one has a stirrer, and again, stirring this as the corn is popping will help you get a better pop. This is another variety of one that could go either in a fireplace. This one you'd have to shake. Here's a microwave variety. And finally, one of the good standbys for those of us who don't want to invest, just a regular old skillet. Now, flavoring, you can go a lot of different ways. I'm going to show you one without adding oil. We usually would use 2 quarts of popcorn here. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, half a teaspoon of crushed dried thyme, about a pinch or so of onion powder, and about the same amount of garlic powder to that. Simply put a lid on this and shake it, and you have popcorn that's flavored without a lot of fat. It's got a lot of nutrition, some good fiber, and a lot of good flavor. For Oklahoma Gardening, this is Barbara Brown.